Next up is F is for Family, Bill Burr's Netflix animated series, which is great. I like it a lot. I enjoy it. I just finished watching it, actually. I started it a couple months ago, I think. Just watching an episode here and there, on and off. And then my wife and I just finished watching yesterday. We saw like 2 episodes, and today we saw the last 3 that we hadn't seen. And it was a great season. It's definitely coming back for another one. But then the next one comes in like the summer or spring of 2020. So you have to wait like over a year for that shit, which sucks. That's like the only sucky part, right, about Netflix, in terms of like them introducing the ability to binge stuff. But on the flip side, they have so much content that it's kind of good too. Like you have other stuff to like watch and get hooked on in between while you wait on like your favorite shows to come back. So even if you have to wait a year or more, by the time a show comes back, it's like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot about that show. I fucking love the first couple seasons or whatever. And Bill Burr is so funny. I say this every time that I mention him. He is absolutely one of the best working comics to date. One of the best comics of all time, I would say. And his comedic tone is definitely all over this animated series. And it's loosely based on him growing up, or at least some stories are. And he is the voice of his father in the show. He has in the show a redheaded, fair-skinned middle son called Bill, which I assume is him. And it takes place in the 70s, I want to say. 70s, 80s. Around that time period. 70s. Which in this, like, overly PC society that we're living in now, being able to write from the perspective of a show, a period piece, if you will, of that time period must be cathartic and alleviating. You know what I mean? You could say shit that if you like really said it now, like in the context of today, would be like too over the top and like fucked up. But it's kind of like cartoons found a way, these like adult geared cartoons found a way to like get away with shit like that. All the crazy shit that and social commentary that South Park does, because they are under the guise of 4th graders that don't know any better. And iconic shows, obviously, like The Simpsons, which are one of the longest running series, animated or not, in history. And shows like Family Guy and American Dad, etc., etc. Anyway, F is for Family. This was its 3rd season, and I would say it's definitely right up there with the likes of those kind of shows. So if you're into any of those kind of shows, definitely check out F is for Family if you haven't already. And if you're a man or a woman of a certain age and want to feel a bit nostalgic, definitely check it out for those reasons as well. You know, I'm an 80s baby, so this is like a touch before my time, but I definitely still have appreciation for it in that context.